Hello and good evening, and welcome to the No Exit Podcast. With me this evening is Vanessa to my left. We have Richard. We have Tony with his anthropomorphic doll.
Tom.
Sammy. Oh, Sammy. And we got James on in the Zoom room, and Tom doing our technical work. So this evening, before we start, I'm going to tell you we're instituting a timer so that you get 3 minutes to make your point, just like in Congress. I don't know how long they get, but they only get a set amount of time. And when you're done, you're done. Whether you're in the midst of a word, you'll be done.
Like a potato.
Unlike a potato, and don't say that, because potatoes don't all take 3 minutes. That's why it's a logical fallacy. So that's why this evening I'll read out our thesis of what we have here. Because remember, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. So in French first, and then in English. Alors, c'est l'enfer. Je n'aurais jamais cru. Tu te souviens de tout ce qu'on nous a raconté sur les chambres de torture, le feu et le souffle, le mar brûlant? Des histoires de bonnes femmes. Pas besoin de tisonniers chauffes au rouge. L'enfer, c'est les autres. So this is hell. I'd never have believed it. You remember all we were told about the torture chambers, the fire and brimstone, the burning marl? Old wives' tales. There's no need for red hot pokers. Hell is other people. Yeah. So with that, we get started. And our first topic this evening is Richard talking about the Wilhelm scream. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
So Warner Brothers in the 1940s, they had extras who would want to be in movies. And sometimes they needed sound effects. So they would ask the extras, anybody want to come in and tell us their version of the sound effect.
Like Spike Jonze. He was great at that.
Stop interrupting.
Yeah. So they were doing a movie where this alligator was eating people, and they said to the extras, anybody want to imitate a guy getting eaten by an alligator? So all these people stepped forward, and they liked this one fellow. His name was Wilhelm. All right? So what Warner Brothers then did, since magnetic tape was now getting better and better, is they said, since magnetic tape is so good, why don't we record these things so we can use them over and over? And that was the first session where they actually started recording it. So they saved this guy's scream. And then every time they needed a scream after that, they would play the Wilhelm scream. So what happens then is it went into the public domain after a number of years. Uh-huh. And a lot of the aspiring filmmakers in the UCLA Film School, they were told about the sound effects library, and they were told about, hey, are you joining us?
And we're lately joined with Sal.
Very delightful.
It's a timer system, so go ahead. I'm listening.
So in the classes at UCLA Filmmaking School was George Lucas. And so what he did is he started convincing all of his protégés, let's use this scream as like a trademark. And it became the most popular sound effects in the history of music. Well,
you mean film?
In the history of sound.
Film, right?
Film, yeah. So this guy, Wilhelm, that was not the end of his career.
He's finding it.
That's it. That was not the end of his career. He did something that I think most people who are aware of the history of music might know about. Mm-hmm. He wrote a song and it became popular. Can you guess Wilhelm's song?
Jingle Bells? White Christmas.
He's the one who wrote the one-eyed, one-horned purple people eater.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
I'm wearing purple eater.
Well, there we go. But and you heard, for the people at home, you heard it because you didn't know what it was. Okay, and that's all righty. Next,
that makes me think.
Okay, we're done.
No, but like Warner Brothers. See a cop, warn a brother. Remember the good T-shirt?
No.
I had one.
Okay, so our next topic is Trump the Antichrist?
Well, there's a lot of people who believe
Monaco is now
that the Trump is the Antichrist. He posted this here. Put it big so I can read it.
Move your hand.
Lying demon crap say Antifa isn't burning their cities so my Department of War will do it. Anti-fascists are anti-American because they hate me, so anti-fascism must be stopped. My genius supervisor, Stephen Miller, says there's nothing wrong with fascism because fascists are strong and have the best generals. Liberals are weak communists who want to turn our kids into transsexuals. My retribution is coming. People are saying I'm the Antichrist. I am the Antichrist. I ended 8 wars. I will end all future wars too. Woke DEI communist demon craps can't end them. Woke low IQ Jesus can't end them. Turn the other cheek and let him do it. So dumb. He's a DIA loser. He let them take him prisoner. I like people who don't get taken prisoner. I alone have the power to end everything. Thank you for your attention. Me bless America.
So is that real or is that satire?
I believe it's real. Hey,
Well-
Tom, how do we get back to us? Oh, there we are.
That's why I find that interesting because you can't tell what's
You're right, you can't.
what's satire or not.
I'm going to say it's real. It's mighty real like Sylvester. Remember that great video? You Make Me Feel Mighty Real by
No.
Sylvester from the
Yeah,
70s?
I know the song, but
It's a great video. You should see it. Jimmy Somerville from the Communards and the Bronski Beat also covered it. Great song.
So that
okay. Let's put this one up. Here we go. That ties in with that. Impeach this illegitimate fascist, criminal, sociopath, narcissistic personality disorder, pathological liar before he kills us all.
Well,
He's gonna, He's gonna kill all us libtards. Me and Tony were over at the libtard convention today over in Niagara Square. I mean, the No
what's
Kings
that?
rally.
Did it seem very crowded?
What's a liptard?
That's what Trumpers call
libtard.
lefties. Liberal
retard and
retard.
liberal retard. So-
Liberal retard, yeah.
And did it seem very well attended?
It was pretty well attended.
Yes.
Yeah. Double plus well. Yeah, it was good.
I thought we were at the Iraqi tournament.
In some cities, they were wearing costumes.
Yeah, they were wearing costumes there. I got a ton of pictures of my.
Like what?
I should have put them in for images if you wanted.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I'd
would
like
be
to see
great.
them.
If you send them to me through Messenger, I'll send them over to Tom.
Oh, so do that now? Okay.
What kind of costumes?
Oh, you would have loved it, Sal.
Just like what? Just like I'm thinking
Dinosaurs,
Oh, okay.
Pikachu,
Aquawaddles?
So
frogs,
basically,
axolotls.
Halloween
They wanted to
costumes
send
or
a message that
Handmaid's
this is
Tale.
a fun thing.
Oh, fun. Well, yeah, but
Hey, Richard, where do
Until
I
you get
send
shot.
these pictures?
okay.
To me in Messenger.
Okay.
So your time is done while you're doing that.
Okay, my time's done. I'm
And
done.
so next up is
I'm a potato.
Orthodox Jews in my neighborhood. Stop saying that. You keep repeating yourself, and it's not funny.
So I have a friend who lives in England, in Newcastle.
Oh, is
And
he coal
on,
miner?
on her street, there's
she?
a few families that are Orthodox Jews. And every so often, she gets a knock on her door, and they say, "Can you come over to my house?" Sure. She puts on her coat. They go over to the house, and the person says, "Can you flip the light switch for me?" See, because they have strict rules
Yeah, on the Sabbath.
about what days of the week and what they can do. Or another time, she goes over and they, "Oh, can you get something out of the refrigerator for me?"
The cucumber?
So what she does is
No.
she thought, "Oh, well, maybe this person's lonely." So she says, "Oh, would you like to sit down and have a cup of coffee?" And that, and the woman goes, "I don't think so. I think you should go."
Hence the cucumber.
Okay, so she leaves.
Stop that. You're repeating yourself.
So that would be it, except for the fact that when my friend takes her little boy to the community playground, he came back and he said, "Mom, those kids don't like me." And she said, "Why?" "I went over to play with them and they walked away from me without saying anything. They were the
Sorry.
You're gonna be.
They were the Orthodox children. So my friend wrote to me and she said, "You know, I was always puzzled what were the origins of anti-Semitism? But when I see the way my child was treated and the way I was treated after I did someone a favor, I'm starting to understand where it came from." She said, not that's true of all Jewish people, but she said, that's not a good look. Do you agree?
I concur because I experienced that in Brooklyn. I mean, right in Borough Park, which is the guts of Orthodox Jewish America. So actually at Long Island College Hospital, there was on a Saturday evening, so it was before it got dark, an Orthodox Jewish woman that had to have a D&C. And you know what her Orthodox Jewish husband wouldn't do? Carry her suitcase or open the door for her after she just had her D&C to go home. Because it's the Sabbath and I
Tom,
can't
we're
do
getting
it.
a buzz.
What's that hum?
I don't hear it.
Okay, it's gone.
And one of the other med students was suckered into doing it because the whole point, the things you can't do, you can't push a button, you can't answer a phone, you can't drive, and it's like Walter Sobchak in The Big Lebowski, and I don't fucking roll. You can't do any of those
Over the
things.
line.
But
Do you hate the Eagles?
no, that the point is that, but if you don't do it, who's going to do it? Because if you're paying somebody else to do it, that's just in violation of the religious law. You know, that because that was from the days when you had your slave to do all that. But even the slave got the Sabbath off. So if nobody does it, then nobody does it. And that's idiotic to expect a Gentile to do it for you. And that's the thing that... and also, the one thing you could say in the favor of the Orthodox Jews is they don't proselytize. They don't want to convert anybody. They just want to use you as a subhuman citizen.
Of course they don't, because they're the chosen people and you're not.
And
they're the chosen people. You're not. It's unlike Christianity,
and
where you have to proselytize.
Out on that. We're done. Okay. So next one, the reverse onus law. Is that a good or bad idea?
Here it is. You ready? This is the reverse onus law. Right now, if you are arrested and you're brought in front of a judge, and the judge will say, okay, your trial will be like in 2 months, do you want to be released on, what do they call it?
Bail.
Recognizance?
Bail.
Oh, bail.
Yeah. And if the person says yes, it's the job of the district attorney to say, Your Honor, I think you should deny bail or raise it real high, and this is why. And then the judge makes a decision, because now they're thinking on bail with no money. Mm-hmm. Now look at the reverse onus law. The reverse onus law says, when the judge says, do you want to be released on bail? Under this law, if the person says yes, there's a 6-panel jury in the courtroom. Not the attorney, not his attorney, but himself has to convince 4 of those 6 people, this is why I think you should let me go on bail.
You say it's a law. Is this an actual law?
No, that's a proposed law.
Proposed where?
In Canada right now.
Okay.
And then usually things like that will come down to the United
I get
States.
you. I just didn't know where. That seems foolish because I don't know if any of y'all have ever dealt with criminals. I don't know if they're really, a lot of them are not that smart. There's a reason why that they're in under arrest. I mean, they're not, they're the part of the 2%, because 98% of people don't violate major laws. They work, they pay their taxes, they raise their kids. It's the 2%. And when I worked in the emergency department, we'd see that bottom 2% all the time. You'd say, how could somebody be that stupid? Well, Attica is just an hour and a half out of the way, It's full of people. They're not Lex Luthors. So that person to convince 4 out of 6? Or do we have somebody new?
No, we got a comment from our friend Sasha.
What'd you say?
I don't know what cap court is. Is that like cashless bail or? But so if she doesn't comment quickly, we only
What's
have
that
45
mean?
seconds left.
Oh, for this topic. Oh, she better be quick.
Well, I don't know what cap court is. That's a.
So, Jason, you have a choice. Keep it the way it is and let the judge decide.
Yes.
Or let the members of the jury decide.
No,
which you think is a bad idea.
Well, because remember, people on the jury are people that weren't smart enough to get out of it. The only educated people that are in the courtroom are the 2 attorneys and the judge, and maybe the expert witness. Maybe.
I
do you
agree
think?
with him.
You agree with Jason? What would you say, Tony? Let the jury decide or let the judge decide?
I'm almost inclined to say the judge, and here's why. Because you got a jury, you got 6 people who either had nothing better to do
12.
than show up that day,
Well, no, it's a 6.
or couldn't think of an excuse to get out of it.
That's what I just said. I just said that. That
Cool.
Well, why
They might
can't
think
you
alike.
say the same thing?
Well, I mean, it's
Why
just,
is it a crime?
It's not a crime. It's reiterating what was already
you
said.
have to just say, I said that, I said that.
At least we're talking about potatoes.
She said
Okay, well,
depends on where
that
you
one,
live.
Freedom fries?
that one is done. So we need another topic. What's our next one?
Okay, you want the next topic?
We're going to run out. We got to come up
we
with some
already
new
have.
ones.
Oh, there's a book that came out called John and Paul, A Love Story.
Oh, yeah.
This is an amazing book of interpretation. The author claims that if you look at the songs Paul McCartney wrote and you look at the songs that John Lennon wrote, there's coded messages in them where they're talking about each other.
Ooh,
So when Paul McCartney wrote "Baby, I'm Amazed,"
sexy.
he was directing it to John Lennon. You know, I'm amazed at the way you're with me all the time. You know, you write me when I'm wrong, things like that. And then when John Lennon wrote some of his songs, they were directed at Paul McCartney as his way of saying, "Look, we're still brothers," et cetera, et cetera.
Well, they kept doing that even afterwards because you have like No Words by Paul McCartney on Band on the Run, and then you have How Do You Sleep at Night on Imagine by John Lennon, and those are like response songs to each other. So they were doing that for a long time, even afterwards.
But I think that applying, that it's a love affair, or if there's Eros in there, that's just that's overreaching. That Occam's razor. They could just be friends. You know, that's what.
Well, isn't friendship a form of love?
Well, that's
Agape.
That's agape.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Not just a form of love.
Or Philadelphia.
Eros is different than agape.
Yeah.
What do you say?
He says possible to have a good friendship and not be gay.
Yeah.
Well,
Friends with benefits.
In the in South America, if you're the top, you're not considered gay.
That's true. Only the bottom is.
Or the one who's sucking, not the one
That's
who's being
right.
sucked.
Like that, yeah, like
That's
in
enough.
prison. You're
Okay.
right. You're absolutely right. If you're getting your dick sucked, you're not gay. But if you're doing the dick sucking, then you're gay. That's right. That's the definition. That's what you're talking
So,
about there, right there. Sweet.
So that's why, I mean, there's all sorts of coded things, you know, that, because I was reading an article today about Bob Dylan and how do you, Serve Yourself, the song that was released
Yeah,
in
you got to
88,
serve someone. Yeah.
that was a response to Dylan's You Got to Serve Somebody. But Guttermouth is a good band. That was a song by... Who recorded that? Because they also recorded Broke Dick.
L7?
No, it wasn't L7. It wasn't the women. It was a lesser known.
X-ray specs.
No, that wouldn't be X-ray specs.
No.
That would be too early.
Okay, so you have 25 seconds, James. Do you have anything to add?
Paul McCartney did write the song to John Lennon that says, "Some people want to fill the world with silly love songs.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?"
Because Lennon was so fixed on himself and he was so over serious.
Yeah.
But I like the magenta. Okay,
do I. It's
so
one of my
that's
colors.
done. Next topic.
Why are we not hearing James?
Well, because he's sitting far away from his phone.
Oh.
So I need next topic.
Okay, so Taylor Swift has a new album out.
She does, and I have it. I should have brought it. It's on pink vinyl.
Let Richard talk.
Okay.
Now,
I'm
do you
excited.
see any symbolism in this song?
Is it
Her
wood?
boyfriend is Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Okay. So she writes a song called Wood,
It's awesome.
and it says,
It's about his dick.
"Forgive me if it
Quiet.
sounds cocky. He amatized me and opened my eyes. Redwood tree. It isn't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs. Forgive me if it sounds cocky. He amatized me, redwood tree. His love was the key that opened my thighs."
Hey.
This turned me
What's
on.
she writing about?
She's like Gigi
Well, it sounds
Allen. She's
straightforward.
awesome.
She's about sex.
Gigi Allen of pop, but girl. I love her.
Well-
I love Gigi Allen too, though.
That it sounds like sex to me.
It is.
I mean, straightforward.
It's about Travis Kelce's
it's-
hard on.
It's like I don't know if you've ever seen the Rorschach prints, because what you see are models of them, but one of them, Rorschach himself even said it's an easy one. It's the bat. If you don't see the bat,
Easy E.
no.
I like
That if you
Eazy-E.
don't, if you don't see a bat, you have serious problems, because a lot of
baseball
believe it or
bat?
not, the Rorschach prints are very arbitrary. But that's the easiest one. It looks like a bat. If you don't see a bat, you got problems.
Boy, like a
and
bat,
that's why
like a
sometimes
dick,
it's
like a bat,
and
or a flap bat.
no,
like a
it's a
wing
Le Chauve-souris
thing.
de Fledermaus.
Oh,
I saw-
a flying mouse. Okay, that kind of bat.
No, that's a bat. That's
Or
not
the
a flying
bat like
mouse.
Harley Quinn carries around. Hey,
so,
you like Harley
um,
Quinn, don't you, Sal?
Yeah, so I think it's sex, and
Yeah, but that's,
it's
It is
rather
sex.
straightforward. But what was that word? Arabate or what? Abba.
Oh, that
Something
word
to
she
read.
made
Fancy
up?
word.
Yeah,
She didn't make
she-
that up. That's a word.
I will like spell it.
He's going to spell it.
AH-MATIZED.
Amatized. Yeah, like
Oh.
You know who else has really good, filthy, double-meaning lyrics is Sabrina Carpenter. I wish her
She's
and
on
Tay,
Saturday Night Live tonight.
I wish her and Tay were lesbians together.
She
That'd
is.
be better.
Well,
That's what I want to see. As to
I
you.
loved her on Girl Meets World. She was amazing.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter is amazing.
oh, because I never watched Boy Meets World or Girl Meets World.
Well, she also did the new version of Adventures in Babysitting. She
Yeah, I
was
didn't
great.
see that either.
I like to be an accessory in her bed.
Oh, so she's an actress in addition to her other talents?
Oh, she's very
Most
talented.
singers
she's
are actors.
a lot of them are.
I would disagree with
like
that.
Lisa Monabon.
You know that they.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg started out as a singer.
Well, yeah, he was a.
Now he's
one-hit
got a
wonder.
hamburger chain.
Not just him; it's all his him and his four brothers.
Wahlburgers.
Yeah. So
Pink Floyd, the Wahlburgers. Roger
And so-
Waters spits on the burger.
okay, and I think we've beaten that one to a red pulp.
I do have a category, Richard, if you want.
Okay, we're
Okay,
gonna.
let's hear it.
All right. Has anyone seen the movie Roof Man? It's based on a true story, and it makes you wonder how this guy committed 45 robberies on 45 McDonald's the exact same way, and they just finally caught him. And then he escapes from prison and spends a year living in a Toys R Us, eating candy and baby food, and yet they don't figure out that he's living there, even though he's out walking around all night and taking everything he needs and taking baths in the sink and all kinds of stuff, and yet the police, nobody at the store finds out. The police are not able to catch him, and the only reason they caught him in the end was because rather than flee the country, he decided to spend Christmas with his girlfriend and her family,
volume down.
and they sold him in. They turned him in. So, and he
What a
tried to
bitch.
escape twice again and didn't succeed. So,
So spell the name of the movie.
Roof Man.
First off,
R-O-F.
I got a question.
R-O-O-F-M-A-N.
Stop.
Is it real or is it fiction?
No, it's all real.
Okay.
And that's what I mean. Real life is stranger than fiction because how this guy got. I know he was an army. He was in special forces and everything. But the reason he was called Roof Man is because he always broke in through the roof, and it was easy for him to get into McDonald's is through the roof. And he would lock the people. If there were people there, he would lock them in the freezer,
With the pickles.
but make sure they had a coat on. He even gave one guy his coat because he didn't want him to be cold. And he was so nice, people considered him a Robin Hood. But like he went to break into a pawn shop and accidentally broke into the Chinese restaurant next door and had to break through the wall. And it just seems like this guy, he tried not to hurt anyone. The only time he hurt someone was when he pistol whipped a security guard. But and because he was eating candy, he had 14 cavities. Had to go to the dentist, and then he blew up the dentist office so they wouldn't see his X-rays. And I mean, the things in this movie, if they really happen, which they did, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's Channing Tatum stars in it.
Where did
Yeah,
they show this movie?
Well,
it's a big
it's in
film.
the
That's
regular-
again,
it's a
look, we
regular-
got Trump as president again. That's tell you about people.
Well, that's my point. That's why I said
Most of
let's-
them are really dumb. We know that.
That's why I said let's not switch the electoral college, because as stupid as it is, the public would be even more stupid. So
Well-
we need to change the electoral college.
We need anarchy.
Okay, that's another topic. So that time is up, and so we're gonna. I'll address that one. Dumb Donnie is proud of saying a huge majority. No, he didn't even reach 50%. He had a plurality. He had 49% to 48.5% for Kamala Harris, who is like a placeholder. She's not like a real candidate.
No, she wasn't.
And that's why when people claim a mandate, it's razor thin that nobody has a mandate and nobody has a position. And the whole point of Dumb Donnie is he'll say anything to get a vote or anything that makes him feel good. That's why he wants the Trump Arch, and he wants the Trump Ballroom, and he wants Lincoln Center Trump Ballroom, because everything has to be about him, and that's why. That's a page from the Caribbean book. You could say, well, this is reasonable. You know, we can't give you all the money this year because we need it for next year, and then it'll get better. Or the one guy says, hey, you know what? We're going to give you all the money this year. So the people vote for that, and then there's no money the next year, and they say, what the hell happened? Well, that's what you get.
Right. I was looking at that Trump arch, and it reminded me a lot of something Benito Mussolini would do, but it's an insult to call Trump the Orange Mussolini because Mussolini actually fought in World War I, whereas Mr. Bone Spurs didn't.
Also, fat generals? I mean, at least...
He's fat as fuck.
At least William Howard Taft and Bill Clinton admitted they weighed 300 pounds. He won't admit he weighs 300 pounds.
He probably weighs 400.
No, he doesn't weigh 400 pounds. He's $3. He's $3 and change.
I know what's next. Hallie Trump.
350?
Well, and... well, that's enough for that. So, yeah, the Electoral College is better because people are idiots. Okay.
But it still needs work, though.
Well, okay, next topic.
Mr. Walker, would you like to tell the people a little bit about your history with Ace Frehley, where you actually got to shake his hand?
All I can say is Ace was always my favorite member of KISS. If it was Halloween, I could dress up as Ace Frehley, and my cousins and I used to actually pretend to be kids. We would do whole concerts in my aunt's backyard, and there were businesses close by, and they always had pallets that they would throw away. And we built their dynasty stage from discarded pallets. That could have been
Turn that volume down.
a dangerous thing, but the thing worked. It didn't fall apart. And when my aunt told us to get rid of this stage sitting in her backyard, we had a hard time taking it apart. But I did a few of the meet and greets with the band, and got to meet everybody, shake their hands and whatnot. And there were some really cool guys. I had some really good conversations with them.
About what?
Well, what was it with Peter Criss, or do you have Eric Carr or Vinnie Vincent, or who? What version of the band?
Several versions of the band, because I saw them on several occasions.
Did they talk about the movie Kiss Meets the Phantom?
Probably
It's
not.
forbidden to discuss with the band.
Paul Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Paul
well, he
Stanley.
Yeah, he played.
Yeah, Paul Williams was in
No,
that.
Paul Williams played Swan, who was the devil.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, crap. It was a horrible
It was the
movie.
great thing about Kiss is that their name means Knights in Satan's Service.
Yeah, I've heard that, but that's what
I really like Christine
I
16,
thought it
don't
was
you?
Kings in Satan's Service.
She's young.
No,
She's been
I've
around,
heard
but
Knights.
she's young and clean.
But what about Plastercaster?
That's great, too. Plastercaster, grab a hold of me faster. If you want to see my love, just ask her.
Calling Dr.
Right,
Love.
The thesis of Plastercaster was a woman somewhere in the Midwest, maybe Chicago, who would make plaster casts of the genitalia of metal singers.
Yeah.
So that was the thesis.
That was a thing.
Okay, we're going to pull the
And
plug on
Gene
that.
couldn't convince her to do one of him.
Who? Gene?
Time
That
Wits.
song was Gene petitioning to be one of the plaster casts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she declined.
Yeah, right.
Ironically.
Okay, so we're going to pull the plug on that. Okay,
I love
next
Gene
topic.
as the villain in The Runaway with Tom Selleck.
Butt plug.
Runaway was not a good film.
It's a good band, The Runaways, with Joan Jett and Lita Ford.
Next topic.
Hot topic.
I liked it.
You already said
21.
that. Don't
I
repeat
like
yourself.
Forever 21, too. That's me.
Yeah, but you haven't said that yet. Now you
When we
can't
say
say
you're
it
going to be
again.
Forever 21, we mean it.
You can explain that. There's a topic.
No, I have another topic.
Okay, Sal, what do you got?
Just to go back to the whole bail thing, isn't it true that we don't have bail here in New York, and when criminals get arrested, they don't have to pay bail and just get let out?
I don't know how cashless bail works. Honestly, that's a point of fact that I can't speak to.
We ain't researched enough on that to discuss it. We would have to research that.
What, do you know?
I
anything,
agree with
Richard?
Vanessa. Yeah, that's the kind
A
of thing
lot
we'd
of them
have to
get appearance
research.
tickets.
Don't talk about what you don't know about. It's a waste of time. Move on to something you do know about.
Since when? Does that apply to you?
Yeah, it does. I talk about all the shit I bring up. They're all records that I know about. You know, everything I bring up, I know about. I don't bring up shit I don't know about.
But this stuff happens all the time in Only, and you see it all the time, and then on the news and stuff. So and so lit a fire, so and so pushed someone into traffic, someone so robbed the house, beat the crap out of somebody. You got an appearance ticket, another appearance ticket, another appearance ticket. You get, one guy, he was robbing houses, he was torching things, he was beating the crap out of people, he shoved someone into traffic like several times. He stormed a church and freaked people out. He kept getting appearance tickets until finally, after about 20, 25 times, they finally had enough to throw him in the jug. He was supposed to go in for 3 years, but he was in for like a year and a half. Now he's our problem again.
Yeah, and there have been all kinds of stuff going on in Riverside with houses being torched and squatters in empty houses, all kinds of stuff.
My uncle's
Well,
house.
because the thing about when you're required to fit to a structure and the judge doesn't have a say, and for whatever John Smith, who's been arrested for bigger felonies before, but it's a lower level felony or it's a misdemeanor, but then he'll go out and commit the felonies he did again, because people that commit big crimes commit small crimes. That's the broken windows theory of policing. Because a buddy of mine who retired as a lieutenant with the NYPD, early on he started with transit, and he said one of his first arrests was a guy that was toll jumping, or he was jumping in, not using his card, and he had an outstanding warrant for robbery. So people that commit big crimes commit small crimes. People that rob or rape or assault will steal candy bars too. They're right.
Was your lieutenant friend Eddie Money, the rock singer? He used to be a New York cop.
For 3 years. He didn't make lieutenant in 3 years. And no, my buddy is a year younger than me, and Eddie Money is dead.
Eddie Money's delightful. He has 2 tickets to paradise.
Yeah, so...
He does.
And he spent them both.
Well,
Real name, Edward Mahoney.
and I thought it was Monahan.
Monahan, yeah, I think it is.
I think it's Monahan.
I think so too.
But in any case, he's some Irish guy, some Mick. I'm a quarter Irish, I could say that.
Mick Jagger?
No.
Oh. Mick Taylor?
No.
Your
We have
Florida's
another
right.
topic.
Mick Hatton?
We don't have any more.
We don't have another
Mick
topic,
Hatton
so...
shouts out.
Tony,
where
give
is
us
he?
something in your own voice, not your demonic-looking toy.
Oh, you could talk about the trucker.
Oh, yeah, we did that trucker thing about 7 minutes to, or you're late or whatever. Late to the home.
Oh, yeah, that one's been a holdover.
Yeah. From what I remember, it was a story about a truck driver running flatbed, and he delivered to I don't know if it was a Home Depot or some lumber place anyway. Well, you can't always control what goes on out there. You might plan it carefully, and next thing you know, there's an accident out there, keeps you jammed up for 40 minutes. So he was like 6-7 minutes late, and they refused. But they kept dragging it out. The front guy's like, oh, well, let me see what I can do. Hey, Frank, what about this guy here? He's 7 minutes late, let me think about that, Bob. And, 5 minutes goes by. Oh, I'm sorry. No. We talked about Frank said no. You gotta wait till tomorrow. Well, this guy's not making money unless he's rolling, because he's paid by the mile. So, because he's 7 minutes late, he gets no detention, and he wastes an entire day. And then they gotta work him in tomorrow, and they might not work him in for till late afternoon because of their schedule. The thing is, though, they could have unloaded him within 20 minutes, had done with it, and everybody would have been happy. But it's like a power trip that these guys play sometimes.
Well, that's just it. That you can extrapolate that to anywhere, because people that if they only have one piece of power, they will use it. Think about the person in the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're screaming at the kid, screaming at him, because they have no other place in life they can scream at somebody.
All right, like the guys at
and-
Jim's Steakout this week.
Well, or if you're ever in a place that has had a Hooters, women to the Hooters servers, most vicious things I'd ever heard. Because they think that, well, you have to show off your body, but a lot of it was jealousy because they didn't have the body to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, so the women guests at the restaurant.
Would treat the servers horribly
Worse
because
than
that's the
anybody
only
else.
power they had. And it's like that's displacement. Your boss yells at you at work, so you come home and you kick the dog. You pass it on because it's the only power you have. So that's what that is, and I can understand that. That's somebody who can make their day easier for trivialities, because also this low-level guy, it's got to reflect on him because they don't now they don't have the materials that the dude had. And when one or two steps down, they say, "Where's the lumber? We didn't get the order." Oh, well, I sent him out. What does he say to that? You know?
Yeah, I know.
Because when you point at somebody, there's four more that are pointing back at you. So I hear it and I understand it. I think it's bullshit. You know, it's not common courtesy and it's bad business.
Yep. And the trucker in his business is pretty much the low end too. Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't even get to decide the routes anymore.
Right.
They're basically told, you move the truck and you do what we're told, and screw you after that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so, yeah.
So what is Sasha trying to say here?
Something about sexist. Which
I don't know.
You might have to clarify that, Sasha. Who is the sexist and what is the sexist?
That Giuliani, Bloomberg stop and frisk didn't work in New York City. Well, not stop and frisk, but broken windows in Bill Bratton in the 90s. Yes, it did. But, you know, when you only get lines, but I'm the devil. Just letting you know, I'm the devil. I'm the devil, so...
Friend of the devil, like Jerry Garcia?
No, I saw it.
You are the devil.
I saw it with my own two eyes.
Haven't you seen Lucifer, the TV show?
Oh, yeah.
The Electric Lucifer by Bruce Hack?
No. So...
Great record.
Who's got another... let's see. Sal, give us another topic.
Okay, since it's Halloween, what does everyone think of all the horror franchises that are up to like 30, like 13, like Friday the 13th is about to start filming their 13th movie. And, you know, we're going to get our like 10th actor or 11th actor playing Jason.
Well, that's I admit it, because it's the same thing over and over. That's why I think I saw a piece of the first Saw, and it's the same thing over and over and over.
How many times can you shoot somebody with a shotgun? Yeah. Yeah, we've had like 15 Halloween movies.
Well, that's why I liked Halloween Ends. When they threw him into a metal chipper, you know, just to finish it off, because Freddy
then
versus...
how did they bring him back after that?
Well,
different timeline.
But that they haven't yet.
He had one finger left. He haunted him with it.
Yeah, because that was like Freddy versus Jason. How that ends is Jason walking away with Freddy's head. Freddy's head is still talking. Because Freddy from A Nightmare on Elm Street, he was more literate, you know, versus the nonverbal
Jason. Can't talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the whole point of that was the 17 lawyers couldn't agree who was going to win, so it ended up having to be a draw.
And that's why Uwe Ball, anything that he does, I know it's going to suck. He did Hostel, and then time again, or no, who played the Bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards? He's the director who does all the horror stuff, but it's the same thing over and over and over. Like The Last Jedi, was A New Hope, again, almost like scene for scene.
No, not quite.
I really like the Leprechaun horror franchise.
Yeah.
Like the Leprechaun, the third one when he's in Las Vegas, that thing's phenomenal.
No, I don't think phenomenal's the word. Hilarious. What about when he's in space?
I've only seen the first one.
That one sucks. But the one where he's in Las Vegas, that one's great.
Well, Jason was in space.
Up and down with Leprechaun.
Yeah, and the one thing that I thought wasn't going to be good was Alien Earth, because how many times can it be that these killing machines are going to go and kill everything? I mean, it's just... That's all there is to it. They have acid for blood. They'll spear you with their tail. They have two mouths with teeth in their mouth. Every edge of them is sharp. And but that was actually a good limited series.
Yeah,
yeah. And they're also,
in fact, I'm watching that right now.
They all die in the end.
They're also going to release the new Predator if it hasn't already been.
Oh
released.
yeah, that's Predator Badlands, is it? Yes. I think. Yeah. So
the interesting thing about Alien Earth, which Jason watched, and I'm in the process of watching, is every series like this has what they call a showrunner who's in charge of the series.
Yeah.
Do you know who's in charge of Alien Earth?
Well, it's Noah Hawley.
And you know what he did?
No.
Fargo.
Oh, okay.
He's got a huge pedigree as to successful things, you know.
Yeah.
So it is a good series. I agree.
Well,
do you know the theory behind the series? In the future, they're going to start making artificial humans, and they're going to have bodies that don't die. These artificial humans, but the question is, in order to do it, you have to take the consciousness out of somebody who is really a human, and then put it into one of these artificial things.
Which makes them a hybrid because they need to be recharged, and they are definitely an artificial life form, but they have a human conscience in there because the synthetics,
A cyborg.
well, essentially, because the synthetics that Timothy Oliphant as what was the name that they Hirsch, because they increment by A, B, C, D, E, so he's in the middle as an H.
So the person who invented this hybrid type of human, he decides it would work best if we had like children who are dying of cancer. We take out their consciousness and we put it into this body that's indestructible. Also, because they're children, their minds will work better in a synthetic body because they won't be set in their ways.
Right.
So what's funny is you have these 10-year-old kids in these fully adult bodies. So you had to have actors who could act like they were 12 years old.
Yeah.
So there's this really cool scene where they meet this person and he goes, "You two kind of act like you're kids." And they go, "We're not kids. Don't call us kids." And like he knows there's something weird going on here, but you are not fully evolved as...
Because one thing is that the aliens, like the face huggers, intrinsically know that the synthetics they can't do that, because one plot hole is if you know where these things are coming, or even if you hear of it, just have a mask on, and then it can't get through. It can't get through, and then you can't. So I think that's
they
just
can
a
only
plot
enter
hole.
through the face?
Well, through the mouth, because they gotta. But that was in Alien vs. Predator Requiem, where one of the aliens, or the pred alien, was putting eggs into the pregnant women, and that was a really horrible. That was nightmare fuel. That scene.
None of them saw
Well,
making
there's-
Rick walk on this guy. Oh my God.
There's a lot of TV episodes and movies that have talked about putting consciousness into computers and stuff, and it usually ends up
Transcendence, the movie with Johnny Depp.
being, and there's an episode of the new Outer Limits. I mean, there's a lot of stuff
Okay,
like that.
we're done. Alrighty. So let's see. What's the next topic? I had one and I forgot.
How about the fact that we have horror television for kids? Like, there have been some vampire shows and things.
What about
Scooby-Doo?
Goosebumps?
No, Goosebumps at least is
Addams Family.
well done, well written, and not too over the top. But like, there was a show that Disney did called My Babysitter's a Vampire, and it's not something they should have done for children. I mean, it was basically treating being a vampire like a bunch of kids, like it was joining some kind of exclusive club for teenagers. And then the nerd girl suddenly becomes this beautiful cheerleader blonde because she's a vampire. And I mean, the whole thing just was crazy. They're doing it again now with Vampirina, Teenage Vampire, but this one's better written, but it's still leaving you with things like, people, the kids being turned into vampires, and that's always been I mean, even in Anne Rice's novel, what was it, Interview with a Vampire, where Kristen Dunst gets turned into a vampire. Now, she's got to act like she's an adult, and the scene she had with Brad Pitt made her feel really creepy. And, the problem with turning kids into vampires is that they don't age. So, which is why most vampire law within say that you can't turn children. But, it brings you to the idea of, okay, these kids are going to be kids forever, even though their minds are going to continue to mature. And getting actors to play characters that have to be adults in children's bodies is a heck of a controversial thing.
Well, what about James Mason in Lolita in 1962? She was a 12-year-old girl in the book, in Nabokov's book. 12. So, but also there's a factual error in Interview with the Vampire, because with the blonde-haired vampire and with Kirsten Dunst, they're in the shaft. At no time ever is the sun overhead in Paris. They would be safe there because the sun would never have a shot right down. They would never get sun. That's my point. That's science. That's my Neil deGrasse Tyson moment. Butting in.
Yeah, but Disney did another show called Mutant Hill, and what they said about vampires and other monsters is just ridiculous.
It sounds it. So, but we're out of time. So, what's our next topic? Let's see. Projection. How much what people say, a guy online says that everything that the president says, every accusation is a confession. So everything he accuses other people of are things he's done.
That's right, like pedophilia.
And well, that's the
big
thing.
one.
Every accusation is confession.
Right.
Because the way he makes it sound like literal bloodbaths, literal puddles of blood in the streets, and people say, no, there is nothing there. But one of the things that I worry about is the change in Germany wasn't quick. It wasn't
Right.
It wasn't like a big thing. It was very incremental, very slow, and a lot of paperwork. And you don't realize what the fascism is until it has you in the grip of its neck.
Right. They use incrementalism. Yes.
And when you say that all the people that are darker than this color of the paper bag, or anybody who has a name that ends in a Z that comes from a Central American country, what?
Zambia?
Ends with. That doesn't end with Z. That starts
Talk
with
about the country.
No, I don't think there's any nation that ends with a Z. And ends with. It means the last part, not the beginning. Zambia is at the beginning.
Angola.
That doesn't have a Z in it.
That's A. That's the beginning.
But actually, are they first?
I don't know.
No,
What
I'm
would be
thinking-
before Angola? There could be
No, that's
something
what I'm
before.
thinking. That because Abkhazia is not independent, and Azerbaijan, of course, is AZ, so they have them both. But that every accusation is a confession, and when he says that they're ruining our country, yeah, that's what he is doing, and that. It's just the funny thing is you can't tell what's satire and what's real because they're so off the wall, borderline obscene, and you say this can't be real, and it is. I mean, and that's what you get when you give people dog food, they're going to become dogs. So that's all I got for that. So I'm going to can that one right there. Okay, next topic. Who got some? Come on, dead air. Come on, anybody.
Dead weight.
You.
Me?
Give me a topic.
I'm pissed off at the Jim Steakout on Allen Street. How's that for a topic?
Why?
Better than being, better than being pissed on?
No, they got these employees that don't know how to run the cash register,
pissed on.
and they put the sign in the window for the special of the week, and they advertise it all over the internet. Then you try to get the special of the week, it comes up at like $3 or $4 more than it should, and you say, well, you got to hit a special button for it to come up, and they don't want to do that. Either they're not trained, or they're really dumb, or they're belligerent, or they're mean, or they're all of the above.
Or all the above, yeah.
And they kick you out of the damn place. Say, you want the sandwich or not? You can leave now. Okay. Well, I've been giving my business to other places like the Tacky's Greek restaurant.
Well,
or
did you report them to?
Yeah, I called corporate and they didn't give a damn. They said they were going to call me back, but they never did.
Well,
I don't know.
They told me that. I says, yeah. He goes, do you want the sandwich or not? I says, yeah. For the price that you have in the window there, that's all over the internet. And he says, you want it or not? You can leave now. Okay, you can leave now. So,
Well, I had a Tim Hortons person do that.
yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, that it was one of the 24-hour one out in West Seneca. And I walked in because, it's supposed to be 24 hours. And some white girl that was in a hijab and had the thing over her nose, she followed me in. She went into the bathroom. And I just stepped in there, and this guy says, we're closed. And I said, well, the door was open. He says, we're closed. And I said, dude, I'm just... He said, please leave. I said, okay, because he can't say that I approached him because I didn't. And I sent it to corporate, and they said they would notify the store. And the reason I know that they would is because I said something about in the village of Hamburg at Tim Hortons, when they ran out of donuts, I would get 4 Timbits in place because 4.5 Timbits equals 1 donut. And I'd get a free donut. If they didn't have the donut, they would just do that. They made that policy because when I sent that to corporate saying, they're losing money by me not getting anything, And then the manager of the store said, yeah, we changed the policy. So I know that it came from there to here. So this dude being non-social and having shitty skills, but I'm afraid to go there because I don't know what memory they have, and I don't want them to spit in my coffee. Because there are two speeds at Tim's. Either they're like the techno teens, where they could get your order done before you could say it, and the other ones are like you're saying, like they're borderline. They finish last in their class sort of people.
Oh yeah,
like some
Yeah, I've
people
had
like
that
the camera
happen
and
several
watch.
times at Tim Hortons, where I've asked for something or Jen's asked for something, and they give you the wrong thing.
yeah, they do that all
Well,
the time.
The thing
yeah.
I have to worry about is being diabetic. If they put 3 sugars in there, that's going to screw me all up, because I've been getting the same thing for the past 12 years. So, if you hear it once, you get it, you know?
I'm diabetic too, I understand.
Yeah, but I got to take insulin, and so I'm just genetically inferior.
Oh.
So I'm dying in the hole that I am. I'm like a husk of corn that doesn't have a cob of corn inside of it.
Ouch.
That'll bring some ham.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, who's got another one? Richard, you got a topic for us? Anything you want to talk about?
Sure. Okay, so I already mentioned about the Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah.
She's delightful, and we love her.
There's Native American languages where they don't actually say good morning. They have a different expression. Can you guess what it might be?
The spirit be with you.
It's, you survived the night.
That's where the monsters
Hey,
are.
I mean, that's a... I got a story about that. There was a guy named Willie who was Native American, but I don't know if he was diluted because he didn't have like the phenotype, you know what I mean? But he was a professor. He got his degree from Notre Dame, but he was working in Wyoming. And because like there was a debate about a tribe that somebody said, no, they don't exist anymore. And he goes to this other PhD and says, they do because I am. It was his tribe that he said didn't exist anymore. Well, there was a thing on The Simpsons where they said that Native American warriors would drink a lot of water before bed so that they'd wake up before sunrise for battle because they'd have a full bladder. And a former friend, his former wife, her degree in history, she did timekeeping, especially in the Civil War. So she knows all about it. She couldn't answer, but she said Willie would know it. I asked Willie and he said, no, I don't know anything about it because he did that PhD thing about being disinterested because he thinks I'm beneath him. You know, like the woman who was the movie critic at Greg's party that night, the one who is the movie.
Renee Saraki.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
beneath her. I was beneath her because I asked something about, what was it, Funny Games, the original Michael Haneke's in Germany. And she told me, and then she immediately turned away and started talking about something else. Well, I mean, you know, if you just think I'm the village idiot, just don't even bother to waste your time, you know? Just leave me alone. I mean, that's all my take on that. Because, you know, that... John F. Kennedy said, a man without enemies is a man without character. That doesn't mean that you go out and try to make somebody your enemy, but once you step out into the middle of the room and you're turning around your living life, any way you turn, somebody's looking at your ass, no matter where you turn. So if you try to please everyone, you'll please no one. Because one person will love you and another will hate you for the same reason. You know, when I was in college, I got a degree in wrestling. A credit in wrestling and in boxing. And the guy who coached boxing, many people couldn't stand him. But I remember Pete, one of my classmates, said, I think Coach, what's his name? I think he's great. For the same reason. For the same reason people didn't like him, he liked them. So you'll never please everyone. So, you know, say
You're telling me.
the most respect you can have is say, I don't agree with you, and you turn around and walk away.
Does that apply to you?
What?
That some people like you for your qualities and some people dislike you for your
Of
qualities?
course.
Okay.
It happens on a regular basis.
Well, we're done. Okay.
Like a potato?
No.
No.
How about like a broccoli?
I think
No.
it happened with Vanessa too, right?
Oh, what? Yeah, that's like the great Ives song, Love Me, Hate Me, but you'll never be me. You
I'll
can
t-
hate me. You can,
That's
don't
not a-
love me for something I'm not. Like
Well, you're appreciated for what you can contribute, not what you can't. That's not anything unique to some minor, obscure band and song.
great band. Everyone should know them.
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
I
here's
like
a
them.
topic. How many times do people listen to rumors without even trying to find out if they're true or not? and affect
Fleetwood Mac
people.
album. I love that album.
No. Well, Rumors with you.
Rumors, yeah. Great record.
Considering it depends on what they do with it. Because I hear a lot of stupid shit and I just let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes energy to MF somebody else based on rumor and innuendo.
Well, I've had people refuse letting me take their picture at cons because they've heard rumors about me without even asking if they're true.
Are you taking creepy pictures?
No.
Are you like aiming at their feet or
No.
No,
I'm
that's what
taking
asking,
regular pictures
Epstein
like
models?
I would with anyone, and I ask permission. So, but people listen to these rumors and they don't bother to find out if they're true or not. Not all people, but
honestly. What kind of conventions?
sci-fi, horror,
No, are
anime.
these people are they in costumes that you
Yes.
oh, see that I don't understand that one. You know what I mean? That I mean if their feet are covered up then there's nothing there. I mean seriously, honestly. I mean
No, he actually has a point. I mean, you can't accuse me of doing that, and you can't accuse me of not asking permission. So, what are they doing? Looking for something else to accuse me of?
yeah,
Well,
and that's what it is. So it's like Richard is a borderline communist, but I don't hold it against him. He's wearing red.
He
and
is?
I don't.
I thought he was.
there's
I thought he was a free
definitions of-
speech absolutist like Charlie Kirk.
There's different definitions of communism.
True that. True that. Yeah, that. So I mean,
John
that's-
Blake disagrees.
Who?
John Blake.
wasn't the communist thing during the 50s caused a lot of people's lives to be ruined?
Yes.
Because they
The
were saying,
communist
are you
scare,
a member
yeah.
of the Communist Party?
McCarthyism.
Well, I don't know. Ruined is the word. I mean, it caused some distress. But if Dalton Trumbo can write that well, then he could write for his local paper. You know, he doesn't have to write for the movies.
Yeah, but still, I mean...
Those people
it
were being
kills
blacklisted from
people's
any
careers
job. They would have had a
and
hard time
stuff
getting a
like
job
that,
at
but I'm
McDonald's.
glad...
They're blacklisted from Hollywood. I mean,
Right.
they could do other things.
Well, you can get blacklisted from Hollywood for using AI to write scripts.
Do as thou wilt.
Okay.
Shall be the whole of the
Alrighty,
law.
and so that's done. So we have time for one more topic.
Okay.
Or two.
Basically, here's the deal. Recently, the insurance company in charge of workers' comp, which I'm on, is going to tell me you got to do this job search, and you have to go out. You got to apply to all these different places, and if you get an offer, you have to take one. Otherwise, the insurance company will believe you're not looking for work, and they'll pull your payments. Now, I have informed them that my right shoulder and bicep, which were worked on 2 years ago, have been excruciatingly in pain, that I'm still limited, and they themselves have me at a severe limitation. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so either you're going to be having people talking to you about getting a job, and when you tell them your disabilities, they're going to be like, you're kidding, why are you doing this? Or you accept a position and you take the damage already done to you and you make it worse. And nobody explains, okay, well, what's going to happen then? And what's the point of this?
Well, my dad told me 40 years ago. He said, you call places up, are you hiring? And if they say no, you write them down on the list. And when they say yes, you just hang up before you That's the way you do it.
Well,
I
I've had
can't
the
do that
same
anymore.
issues because every time I got a job, and if I didn't tell them I had a disability, it would show itself, and then as soon as they found out, they would find a way of firing me, even if it wasn't for that.
I was too smart to work for CSX or Norfolk Southern.
Suffolk Northern?
Norfolk Southern. It's
Norfolk.
That's a railroad.
yeah.
Let's see.
Or was it CSX? No, it was CSX. It was CSX. It was CSX. But if you own stock in Union Pacific, they send you a calendar every year.
Nice.
I mean, hey, they charge you $12 or $15, you know, if you, but they send it to me for free, even though I have a pittance of shares. Although I bought $1,000 of Union Pacific in 2009, and I cashed out for $7,000 in 2024.
Stock's good in there now?
What?
The stock's good at Union Pacific now?
Well, railroads are always working until railroads can't go. You know what I mean? Like Elizabeth, what's her name, with the blood testing, Theranos. That was all bullshit. That she She was $5 billion on paper. Now she's $0 on paper, and she's in federal prison. But I hear the days when grilled cheese day is good. She's in federal prison for she committed fraud for Theranos, and that's the thing. Alrighty, well, that timer's done.
What's the topic? What were you
37
going off about
seconds.
there? He went off on a tangent, and I don't even know what the heck was going on by the end.
Doesn't matter. It's not about you.
No, but
Okay.
the viewer wants
so
to know
we
too.
got,
I think they're confused.
That's Sasha.
yeah, that's Sasha. She's not confused.
No, we're not referring to Sasha.
So we're in the last 15 seconds. So we thank everybody for tolerating us, or if not, well, I stole your time from you. I'd say come back next week if you got the guts. But and right now, I will release you. Have a great weekend.
It's not good business.